we determined ARV equals $285,000. Now, here's the tricky part. This is where people have the most questions about this. What I do is, first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to times this by 0.84. All right, let me break this down so that you are crystal clear on why I say 0.84, because a lot of the training says 0.7 on this. All right, times what it'll sell for fixed up by 0.7, and then minus the repair costs, and that's what you can sell it for. That's what you should be wholesaling it for. That's wrong. That is absolutely wrong. That's old school. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that right now. The 0.84 breaks down like this. 10% is the ROI, return on investment, for the investor. They want to make a minimum of $28,500 on this, okay? $28,500. We'll go, I'm sure somebody's going to send in some comps that are lower priced, and this is going to change a little bit, and I'm going to show you why. But 10% is the ROI, okay? And then 6% of this is the closing cost, closing and agent costs, all right? If you were to, remember, when we're going out and we're trying to find, when we're finding wholesale deals, typically, or just finding anything, if you want to find a flip or whatever, it's really smooth to go and communicate with the property owner and say, hey, listen, this is a net offer to you. We will pay the closing costs. There's no other fees. This is the price that you'll get minus any liens that you have on the property, whether it be a judgment, whether it be a mortgage, whether it be a tax lien, whether it be a contractor's lien, whatever liens, they are responsible for paying that off with the price that you give them, but they don't have to pay their title and escrow and closing attorney fees. All right, it just makes it simpler. It makes them seem like it's a big win when you are paying those costs. It makes it easier math for them to understand, what am I walking away from? Right? So I put in 6% for the closing costs of purchasing that, because the cash buyer not only has to pay their closing costs, they have to pay the seller's closing costs as well. All right, that's really important. So we go 0.84. Mike, are you on me with the calculator?
Yeah, and also I got a question. So the number, the 0.84 is 239,400.
Okay.
Okay. So when we're figuring out how much can we offer as a wholesaler, we got to start with our cash buyers in mind.
Yes.
And what they can ultimately sell it for after it's been fixed up,
yep.
Right? So that ARV, that after repair value, we figure they can sell it all fixed up for $285,000.
Yep.
Right? And then they're going to have costs, right? So they're going to have to pay closing costs, agent commissions. That's where that 6% comes in. Mm-hmm. And then they want to make some money too. Mm-hmm. So they want to make 10% on the $285,000 with a minimum of $20,000. Right.
We'll get into the minimum.
Got it. Okay.
I'll get into the minimum once we have a lower price.
Cool.
Comp.
So in this
we've got one coming up.
The example in this one is at 0.84. That's basically 10 plus 6 is 16%.
Yep.
So 100 minus 16% is that 0.84.
That's it.
Right.
Yep.
And that's where we come up with that 239,400.
That's it.
Okay. Cool.
Right.
Yep.
Now, Matt, if you would, will you pull up that matrix on estimated costs for repairs? Okay. Now listen, take a screenshot of this, all right? You pull me off real quick. There you go. Take a screenshot of this, all right? This is really important because there's 3 different ways to evaluate this property, to evaluate any property. If you walk into a house and you see this house and it looks like it's an easy remodel, which what I mean is you just have to put carpet and paint, you got to put some new appliances in it, then it's $10,000, right? If it needs a lot of work, if it needs some work, like, oh man, this needs some work, $25,000, and then if it's really bad, like, wow, this is bad, $40,000 for this specific property. But if you use this matrix, take a look at it again. What I'm going to look at here is, I'm going to say that this property, it has a newer roof, okay? Looks like it needs, it looks like the windows are newer, which is great, and I'm going to say that it needs work. I'm going to say that for $25,000 I can do a lot of work to this. But remember the pool. remember the pool. The pool needs to be taken care of. I assume that the reason it's empty is because the pool equipment stopped working and it needs resurfacing, okay? So I'm gonna add an additional $10,000 to that fix-up cost, okay? I'm gonna go, actually, you know, because that's a diving pool and it's much deeper and it's gonna need a lot of work, I'm gonna add 15 just to be safe, and I'm gonna knock off $40,000 for the repairs.
Hey, Brent, quick question. So going back to that repair matrix, right, which is awesome, can we flush out just a little bit more, like an and just more generically, like an easy? Is that just lipstick, paint, carpet, tile?
Yep.
And then what's the next one? The next
Needs
one is
work.
needs work. Would needs work be like all of that plus appliances? I mean, how would you? Can we kind of flush out and just give you some ideas of how you would categorize on a per property basis?
So needs work is that it's like totally dated, and to bring it up to selling standards, to bring it up to get to the 285, like that property that we saw, it needs cabinetry, right? Not a lot. These are smaller houses, right? So these kitchens aren't huge. It needs cabinetry. It needs flooring. It needs the paint. It needs appliances. It needs fixtures. You know, all of those things add to that $25K budget there, right? And then we add, you want to add things on as you're seeing things, right? If it's a new air conditioning unit, $5,000, right? And this one might need a new air conditioning unit. So let's change that to 45. I'm going to change that to 45,000 repair because I forgot about those units that looked older. All right. If it needs pool equipment, $5,000. If it needs pool resurfacing, $5,000 to $10,000. I always think that $5,000 is a good budget if it needs major major items.
Same thing for a roof.
For a roof, it just depends on the size, but yeah, $5,000 is good for an average size home. But if it's bigger, then you go up from there. Yep.
So on needs work, would that be putting in new cabinets or just refinishing the cabinets in the kitchens and the bathrooms?
Probably new. Probably new, because this is 1960s. They probably haven't been switched out. I don't know inside there. You'd have to take a look. But yeah, I would say that you could get it done there.
So easy is just like it sounds. That's trash it out and paint it, put some carpet in, maybe some tile. That's it. Right? If we're going to start doing more stuff, appliances, fixtures, you know, cabinets, you know, stuff like that, that's a needs work, right? And then the wow, this is bad. That's just like what?
It's bad. I mean, everything needs to be ripped out. It needs everything. It needs new electrical. It needs new plumbing. It needs a new roof. It needs like all these things, right? That's where, wow, this is bad. It's just like, oh my gosh, I need junk out. I need to get the smell of smoke out of there. It smells like 1,000 cats have lived in here. You know, those type of things. Yeah. So I'm going to put $45,000 for the repair there, and that puts us to, what is that, Mike? 194,600. Yep.
194.4.
That's what I thought. There we go. 194.4. So that's what I know that I can sell this. This is the wholesale price.
Hey Brent, question. We get this a lot on social media too, but does this repair chart table work for every market?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can adjust it a little bit if you're in California, if you're in Seattle, if you're in those really high price points, because what happens is you put more, you put better fixtures and better appliances into the properties. So if you need to put more, sorry, I'm staying on, if you put more expensive items into the property, then it's going to be more. Yep. Yep. Awesome. And then that's your wholesale price, $194,400. And so I would probably be, we like making $30,000 on our deals. So I would be at $164,400, and that's where I'd start the negotiations.
Okay, so your max offer price in this case would be $164,400. You're hoping to make $30,000 and sell it to a cash buyer for $194,400. And then after they do all that other stuff, you know, they pay for the repairs, they fix it up, they pay their agents and closing costs. Hopefully they can sell it for $285,000 and make 10%, you know, $28,500.
And they might be able to push that value.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. They might be able to push that value. And in this market, I would probably put this thing out at $200,000 and see what happens. Yep. yeah, I like pushing the values right now with the lack of inventory.
If you like this video, smash that subscribe button because we put out new videos every single day. And if you have a question that you want me to answer personally, join us live every Wednesday.